what prompted you to go into the guidance counseling psychological side of studies instead of doing the missionary side while you were in school?
Just sheer passion, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When you're really in tune with yourself, after a period of time, you kind of find that you are driven towards something. You feel a little welling up of something within you that says, okay, this is the direction that you're supposed to go. And even though sometimes the big picture not really clear, you know that there is a side of you, because your career and your profession is supposed to be birthed out of your personal passion and love. It is not supposed to be separate. It's supposed to be hand in hand. So, I mean, as an individual who is helpful and, you know, just have an inclination to listen to other persons and so on, and, you know, you recognize that there is this void in the world, a lot of brokenness and so on, you then now begin to align what you see as the problem and what you feel as your passion and purpose together. And then you combine the two, and out of it you get your profession. So that is how I started where
that is very interesting, because growing up I've always had a passion for sports. That's something that I love, and I actually like tied it into my studies. But the more I've in recent years, I've always been a helpful, caring person, always been a listening ear to friends, to strangers, etc. And I realized that I studied international relations and I studied education. I realized that I should do something in social work or psychology or something. So maybe in the next 2 years, I'll go back to school and I'll add something with social work, because I already have the education background. So sometimes we don't do all of these tests to find out what is really our calling and what is really something that we can tap into. So yeah, it's very interesting to hear that.
And one of the things that I've learned on my journey is we have been taught when we were younger, like I just one profession, like I just want something.
Teacher, doctor, liar.
Teacher, doctor. Look liar. Here, I am a living example of one bag of something that I do. And we have to start to tell our young people that, you know, it's a whole heap of little things. You know, you are multifaceted. So don't feel like if you're a teacher, you can't be a doctor. You can be a doctor, teacher, but you know,
to the garbage man is important.
Yes, exactly. Because when you become a doctor, you can become a professor of doctor that practice and teach at the same time. You follow what I'm saying? You can sing and you can also be a doctor as well. Maybe after you treat your patients, you bring a little healing, soothing thing to them, as well as you can treat with it as a separate career. But I think before now, we find that we teach children, okay, it's what's your one goal? What's your one dream? And the truth is, there are many different talents and passions that we have that we can actually combine together and make the best out of it. And as we progress along the road, the more we are open, the more we'll start to pick up and discover other fields or other passions as we go along, and we do it. So anything at all that you feel an inclination towards, do it. Do it.
And
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, always, even with social work, I always feel like when I see a lot of kids, sometimes they can tap into their talent. So I always still want to do something in sports and tie it in with my social work. So I'm thinking about that, you know.
And that's going to be I tell you, it's going to be a very unique field. And that is what is going to help you to stand out from everybody else that does social work, that sporting aspect of it. Because I'm already seeing you connecting to persons who have that sporting talent and can give them an encouragement to elevate themselves from the disastrous situation. Use the sports to let out the pent anger, express themselves, and then use that to elevate to what it is that they want to be. So it's gonna be unique, and that is what makes everybody themselves.
True.
So go for it.
All right. Definitely, that's definitely a good thing. So in regards to the psychological abuse that you encountered, what was it like for you, and how did you actually go about getting over that issue or that period in your life?
Okay, so for some people, when I say the dates, it's really short. It's a short period of time, but it was so intense that, you know, it feels like a lifetime. So when you hear the stories upon top of the stories, or I thought the stories upon top of the stories is like, oh, you know, I been married for 15 years, but it's a big joke. Like, oh, no. So I got married in 2012. Met him 2010, got married 2012. By 2014, I evacuated him out of my life, so to speak. 2015, yeah, man, scrape him out and said, I showed him the door.
Put him out, I said, go on, sir.
Yeah, man, I opened the door and let him out, man. I said, you leave.
Refugee,
right?
get out.
2014, right? And then 2015, by 2015, I would have been separated a year. And I started filing for divorce 2015 and got it 2016. So it's some big 2-year jump, as you can kind of put together. So it's short, but it was intense. Living in the situation, as I said, it's like the pair you're not really seeing because you're under a lot of emotional and mental fatigue, strain, stress, burden. So you're always tired, you're always crying, you're always feeling inferior. There is no time when you're able to celebrate anything, because as soon as the person figure say a little celebration I go come and you go happy, is a red carpet for embarrassment. You can't go nowhere, go holiday, go where? When you go holiday with the individual problems, you spend all night at bar. Even my graduation from CGST in 2012 was a disastrous time. So it's like you're constantly living in that embarrassment, and you're constantly living on, walking on eggshells. It's like your home is not your home. You go outside and you go through the hustle and the bustle of life, and when you think so you're supposed to come back. Did I say bustle, hustle and bustle? Bustle and hustle. What is it? You go through the
bustle. Yeah. You're a bustle.
Yeah, exactly. You go through tough life, right? And then you want to come home now to a relationship and a household, a physical household, but an emotional household of, you know, being warm and loving and caring, and you can't just kick up your foot and stuff, but you left out a road and you come back and it's like your war. It's like the constant nagging and dripping of words and the self-esteem, and it just tear away at you emotionally. I mean, I tell you, if you think that a physical fight is tiring, try a mental battle. True. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you just wonder, all right, where you go cuss about now? The house could have clean, everything could have put up, everybody all right, you're living your life, nobody now trouble you, and you just come in and you just start quarreling. And then you just feel drained. So it was really toxic, like you're stifled and you just want it to come out. So that was where I was in the relationship. But my exit point was actually the cheating. So apart from the psychological abuse, it was based on a lot of infidelity and cheating and so on. So after about the 150th one, I decided, look here, not a more. I just scrubbed them up and I said, you just get out, right? So it was that was the exit strategy at the exit point that I decided, that was the end of it. And then came the hard part where you had to face reality. You had to heal. You have to get back to yourself. And it took a lot of work.
So what are those strategies that you could share with persons on how to overcome or these former abuses or challenges in their lives from a personal or psychological point of view? Yes.
Okay. So one strategy may have, get the hell out.
That sound like the movie, you know.
Yes. For true, you know, some things you cannot stay in and try to fix and try to understand and try to compromise. Get the hell out. And that is what is the number one thing that you have to do. You see, once you get the hell out, you're determined and you get the hell out of that situation, the other strategies will come where you lean on your support system and you bawl if you have to, and you quarrel and you go through the whole grieving process and everything like that. But the number one thing that you have to do is to get out, and you have to reach that point where leaving, the state of leaving,
is the best option,
more desirable than staying. You see, once you reach that point there, scrape up your life and get out.
That's true.
That's it. But if the state of staying is more desirable than leaving, then you're going to have a yo-yo effect. You get what I'm saying? But we have to know what is our point of breaking, like how much we can take and how much we not go take. And once you're being, if it is that you're being hit, or once you realize that you stop yourself, you stop function properly, a time to get out. That's not what relationships are for. Relationships are companionship and enhancers. And if you are not getting that from your relationship, then you get the hell out.
Before you go,
definitely agree with that. Continue. Go ahead.
Before you go, I want one thing that we never touch on. So in Jamaica, I personally believe that we have a lot of psychological issues, mental issues going around. What do you think is the state of that? And with your organization, how has it assisted in eradicating or eliminating or minimizing such issues that we have, or bringing awareness? Yeah.
All right. So everybody has issues and challenges, and the organization is new, but we're coming with a force. There's a lot of stigma and there's a lot of denial and misrepresentation where mental health and the psychological issues are concerned. Because once we hear mental health, or once we hear psychological issue, we think psycho, we think garbage bin, we think
mad.
I'm mad. And who you talk? How is your mental health? How you talk mental? Who you call mental and that kind of. So what we're trying to do with Roar Unleashed is that we're bringing the focus, shifting the focus from just the direct mental. We're teaching you the underlying platform, which is simply this. You have a mind? Yes. Do you use your mind? Yes. Where you use your mind for do? Write, for account, for doctor, for lawyer, for sweep, for do anything at all. Your mind gives you function. Your parent with your mind, your sister with your mind, everything comes from your mind. Because it is really the bane of your existence. Here one. You see, because you have a mind, and a one mind you have, a mind no sell a shop, your responsibility to protect your mind. And we kind of bring that in focus to tell people or try to teach people, look here, when we talk about issues, we are talking about some sympathies. And match this. If you have a little argument with your spouse, for example, you go to work and I tell you the truth, it's like all day you're not function properly. And that is something that disturbs you psychologically. So it's as simple as that. And we don't want that. We just want to encourage, say, look here. Make sure you take care of your mind. And that is what Roar Unleash is really pushing. If you love your mind and you think your mind will work for you, and you think your mind is just unbelievably good to you, and you consider it a valuable asset, then all in all you have to do is protect your mind. Do whatever it takes to protect your mind. And that is the platform of Roar Unleash. So everywhere we go, we basically echo that and encourage you to take care of your mind, because if you don't deal with the small issues, you're going to pile up till you reach a garbage bin state.
That's true.
And then you can't get out.
And then it's harder for you to get out. Come here, go visit you at Bellevue or Ward 21. So make we get back to our even cultural heritage where we talk about the things that are bothering you, and let us see how best we can help. So that is what Roar Unleash really pushes. The mental health standpoint from the point of the mind. Love upon your mind, protect your mind. Your mind is your boss. Make sure you're protected fiercely.
Okay. Thank you very, very much for sharing that. Before we go, you do something else besides the founder of Roar Unleashed. So give us a small snippet of what that is.
So this is my exciting life. So I am an author, budding author, right? And so I have a book about my psychological abuse that is coming out the first week in December. I'm going to drop it on my birthday, which is December the 3rd.
That's my dad's birthday.
Yes! A couple people born December. Yes! So I'm dropping the book December the 3rd, and I want everybody to go on my page and just follow me Facebook, Instagram, Roar Unleashed. visit my website, keep posted for when the thing I drop, because it's a book that is real and is raw. I'm gonna tell you everything straight. I'm not go around the bush, nothing like that. All right. So for everybody who has seen this, go and follow Roar Unleashed on Instagram and Facebook, Roar Unleashed, and website Roar Unleashed. Everything at Roar Unleashed, because we're
Keep on a roar.
roar the place.
Yeah, roar up the
We just
place.
roar and go where we have to talk of the things. We have to roar, right?
Definitely.
So that's my project, and the book is called Lioness is Roar: Exposing the Dash, 2012 to 2016. So if you know, you know. Exposing the Dash. If you know, you know. All right. So that's me. If you know, you know.
I love the title. Love the title. So
Yeah.
we definitely want to just say that we appreciate you coming and sharing your story,
Yes,
sharing
we
your
do.
journey. Definitely. Before you go, what's that one thing you want to remind persons that's going through that psychological abuse? Just say it one more time.
Get
The
hell
out.
out. Yes, read
Love
my
that.
lips. Get the hell out. No, but if not, maybe. Too clean for stay.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I know, say them Christian, I mean, like them nice and them vibes and them open and them honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you so much.
Thank you very, very much, and we appreciate you.
No problem. It was so good to be here, guys. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Sosheina.